have a GitHub account. Sorry, please raise your hand if you don't yet have a GitHub account, or do the thumbs up emoji, which is not appropriate, but whatever. I'm gonna give to the count of 5, 5, 4.
You guys see where I got that from?
2, 1. All right. I'm hearing that everybody here has a GitHub account. That's good, and we will
Lots of jumping on now.
A couple minutes, I guess.
Maybe we wanted to use this time for like I don't know what we decided on that, or like chatting about issues that we were having with our code, or is that going to be at the end, or
that might be towards the end, because, well, we could do it at the beginning if it's really going to be a couple minutes.
It's never going to be a couple minutes.
Then we have to dive into.
Be rude and be like, this is an issue.
Or at least I'm a new teacher. I haven't been a teacher very long. That is, and I don't have a license. So I want to make sure that I can cover what it is I hope to cover.
Right. Okay. Well, what's the time now?
Just not seeing John on, who I know was also planning to come.
I'm going to at him.
Okay.
Specifically.
All right.
It's like you don't want me to eat my dinner.
He has a GitHub account anyway. What?
It's like you don't want me to eat my dinner. Every time I'm like digging and you're like, start typing.
Once we start talking about nonsense, you'll be good to go.
John. Okay.
I have notes.
Oh.
All right. So John might already know this stuff, so I can go ahead. So we're gonna talk about GitHub today. A little bit about Git, but mostly about GitHub. GitHub is a place where you can share files, but it's much fancier than that. Let's talk first about Git. So when you're editing files, and you edit a file and you're like, it's working, yay, and then you continue working on it because you need to still make progress, and then you mess everything up, and then you're like, well, I don't know how to get back to where I was, right? So that's one problem we face as programmers. So Git is something that can help you take a forking path to try out another, various edits, and then either throw that away or integrate that back in with the, existing code. The other thing is that it lets you do, is, and this is what GitHub is for, it lets people collaborate on files. So there's no live editing like in a Google Doc. So say I edit one file, you also edit the file. Well, we want both of those changes to come in, but we don't want to hunt through and find like line by line which lines are different. So this lets you both work on separate branching paths, and then bring them back together again. And if you end up finding that you have edited the same thing, then you got to deal with that. And that will be a whole nother lesson. But
that's a conflict, right?
That's a merge conflict, but let's not add vocabulary when we don't have to. So it lets you collaborate, and it lets you kind of hit save points so that you can come back to work you've done previously. And it lets you have a bunch of undos like at your save points, so you can actually go back in time and see what you did, what specifically you changed at various points, and even go back to them in more advanced lessons. Git is not simple. People will tell you it is. Don't believe them. It's not simple. It is challenging, but it is something that you can get to know, though not today. Today we're going to focus on GitHub. Okay. So everyone, if you do not have a GitHub account, this is really the last chance you got to tell us until we dive into the real business. Well, no, I mean, you can tell us later, but all right. So first of all, to note, GitHub documentation is great. If you want to find out how to do something on GitHub, look up GitHub and the thing you're looking for, and usually you can find something that's relevant. And if not, if someone points you to GitHub documentation, almost always it will be pretty reliable. So one thing we need to do is we need to set up people in the Suffolk. That's what we should have done. This is what lesson planning is. I actually wrote it down, but it was too low on the page. So we need to set up people on the GitHub, on the Suffolk GitHub team. And I think what we can do is, Quentin, could you add people? So everybody message, like, yeah, everybody message Quentin their
How about just put it in the
username.
thread if you don't mind?
Okay, so post something and you can put your your name in the thread. And let us know if you don't know how to make threads yet. Not you don't know how to
thread on Slack?
threads. Yeah, a Slack thread. So give him your GitHub username. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm starting a new comment so you can thread it there, so you don't have to scroll up. And I'm just
Sorry, where's this thread?
So we have 20 people that need to go on this thread. It's in code, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna just make sure that I'm.
Yeah. We have
Michelle,
some
why
just
don't
in the channel.
one of you share your screen so people can look at the Slack and see exactly where they're supposed to, what
Sure.
reply.
Yeah.
I can share my
Most
screen.
people are just putting it right on the screen, which is okay. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be in a thread, but it's easy if you can put it in the thread. It's good.
There you go.
So to get to the thread, just hit the little reply to thread button that pops up over the comment.
I think the best GitHub name that we got was Shark Tank. That was Chandler.
Chandler. Yeah.
Because we told them like everyone like that's a coder, like they prefer anonymity, so they put in something. So he just went on a generator and the name that came up was Shark Tank. And we were all like, Maeve McGlinchey.
So I believe we should have 20 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
So
12, 13, 14.
Team, I'm going to add all of you. You're going to get an
Or
invitation.
19.
By the way, you don't get automatically. Yeah. You have to accept the invitation.
You have to accept can you put the link up? It's the same invitation for everyone.
Is
It's
it?
GitHub. Yep. It's GitHub /Suffolk Lit Lab /invitations or invitation. I don't remember which one.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll start.
It might be a team, the team name and then the invitation, but.
You won't be able to just add yourself though, so I'm going to have to add you one at a time.
Okay. So in the meantime, we can do some work for the people who have finished doing that. If someone can make sure that we have everyone on there, well, we can make sure of that later. Okay. So first, I'd like to, okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my private window. And go here. Okay. So we're going to go through some steps, and I'd like you to go through them with me as we go. And every now and then I'll ask you if you're done, and you will message in Zoom to say that you're done so that we can make sure everybody's come along for the ride. So this is my personal repository that I've made specifically for this so that mine will mess up in the same way as yours does if I give the wrong instructions, and I'll be able to see that. So one thing to do is to go, this is for privacy. If you're looking for privacy, is to go up here to your icon in the top right. You go to your settings. You go to your emails. And you can select keep my email addresses private, which should be selected automatically. You can also select block command line pushes that expose my email. So what that says is when you send code here, it has to be using the private email. It can't be using your public email. And GitHub will make sure of that. Tell us when you're done with that. And I can't see the chat channel. So Maeve, you tell me when folks are done with that. In the channel, just
got it.
Type done. And does everybody know where to find the chat channel? Thumbs up if you know.
I do not.
Perfect. So at the bottom of your screen, your Zoom screen, there will be a chat bubble. When you mouse over it, there will be a chat bubble. So click on that. Mm-hmm. And you should be able to click at the bottom to write text and write done. Cool. So got two.
And then something you can also do is you can see that it says to, and it can either be to everyone or to a specific person in the Zoom. So just make sure that it's sent to everyone, or if you don't want to, just make sure that it's sent to the right person.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. We got 9 people. We need around 10 more, 8 more. If you're not planning to, just type done, and then we'll know that you don't need to do this. This will only work for your new repositories. If you have existing repositories, you'll want to turn this off when you're pushing to them. So this is for new repositories or new members, because
Michelle, I have a question.
Mhm.
So are we doing this through the Suffolk Lit Lab that we just got invited to? Is this because
you don't need it yet. You'll see when it comes in. It'll come in later. But you can accept the
Okay.
invitation now, for sure.
Okay.
That won't change anything. I'll tell you when it comes into play.
Okay.
Was that
So I'm going to my dash. Am I doing what you just said through my dashboard?
so? You hit just to review. You hit the top. See over here, up here. There's your menu. You go to settings, and then you go to emails on the left column. You go to emails.
Okay.
Okay. So next, I was going to take you through searching, but I don't think there will be time. So let's go back to your playground. And we're at the default playground. It just says playground up here. Oh, did everybody get done? Sorry, I forgot to actually check.
No, I actually didn't. My screen doesn't look like that.
Are you logged in?
Yeah, I'm logged in.
Mm-hmm. And
So I see, like at the top, I see like overview, repositories, projects, packages.
So that's where you hit the top right. See the icon in the top right? See this top black bar? Can people see my mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that icon up there.
Why doesn't he share his screen?
You feel comfortable sharing your screen?
Mine
or
didn't,
sharing
it
your
didn't come
video?
up when it was sorry, but mine didn't come up when it was like I had it on like the left window. I didn't have it full screened, and I full screened the browser, and then it came up.
Oh, okay. Let me do that. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I was doing split screen. Okay.
Oh,
So
perfect.
then just sorry to slow you
No
guys
worries.
down. Is it settings then?
Mm-hmm. Settings. And then that will bring you here. And then you'll go to emails.
Block command line pushes that expose my email.
Yes.
Okay. And then the one above it was default clicked. Okay, I'm good.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
So perfect. Awesome. And other folks seem to be done. Is that the right count? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So now let's go to the playground. Does everybody know how to get to the playground?
I don't know how to get there.
Okay. So this, you have to have an account on the playground. So if you didn't ask for an
I'm
account
not
on
sure
the playground.
I'm not sure if she would have done that yet. So that's something that I can take you through after the fact.
Okay, so you may have to watch this video afterwards. Okay.
If you want to try, I guess to know how to do it is the problem.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just look at the chat again. So this is where you go to your playground. You'd have to select the drop-down menu in the top right and hit playground. Once you're in the playground and it says playground up here, click this drop-down menu and hit manage projects. And it should look something like this. So I can't get my bar to appear again to show me the chat, but if someone can see the chat, then if everyone can say, done when you're in projects. Perfect, thanks. And maybe if you can count those and tell me when we've got about 16 or 17 or something like that, a similar number.
Okay, on it.
Okay, now you're going to hit add a new project. And
sorry, it wasn't that we didn't get 17 that quickly. Sorry, I said that I was going to count them. I can't count that fast. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Hey, Michelle,
Sorry.
can you show again how to get into the projects?
Sure. We'll rewind a bit. So cancel. Let's head back to the playground. First, go to the playground. Then go to the top left where it says playground. It has this little arrow.
Okay.
Click on that to bring down the menu and click manage projects.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, there. Now I see it.
Okay.
Oh. I need to take it.
We've got it now.
Perfect. So now hit add a new project. And this you're going to do when you have a new form or when you go on one of those branching paths to try something out. So each one of us needs to have something unique because we're going to put this in the Suffolk Lit Lab team. So we each need a unique name. So my suggestion is to put our GitHub username at the end or some shortened form of it. So I'm going to call this project Motion to Make a Motion. I don't know. I don't know what legal forms there are, and then I'm going to say block it. So this text that is in here can only have alphabetical characters, which is A through Z, or numerical characters, 1 through 0. It cannot start with numerical characters. So I can't do 209A, motion to make a motion. I can't do motion to make a motion, and I can't use underscores, which we do use in our variable names, but we cannot use them here. And then you hit save. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was wrong. Never mind. I should be muted.
Oh, okay.
Michelle,
Wrong
maybe
not to
you're
be muted.
clarifying that you don't need to have a unique name for your project.
You don't usually need to have a unique name for your project, but this time, because we're all going to be integrating with Suffolk Lit Lab afterwards, we're going to be transferring the projects. This time they need, yes,
No.
This is what I read on GitHub.
I think it was packages.
This is different from a package name.
That project is not the same thing as a package.
Yeah.
This is what I read for GitHub. A team can only have one name for one. All the projects on a team have to have a unique name.
But the repository is different from a project.
Right, but when you push, okay, let's just go through this for now. Let's keep unique names and we'll see how this plays out.
Can't hurt to.
Okay. And I can't hit chat. So when you're done, Maeve, if you could write a message in there to mark this spot, and then after Maeve does that, type done when you're done. Okay.
People type so fast.
Well, everybody types at the same time mostly, I think. All right, let me know when that.
Yep.
All right, so perfect. Now click on your project. And it'll take you to the playground, and you'll see in the drop-down menu, you only have test.yaml, which is fine. That's fine. Up here, you'll see it has the name that you created. So that's a good way to tell where you are, what project you're in. So when you're ready, click on folders up here in the, add wizard folders where all the blue text is, and click Packages. So I'm just going to do that again, Folders, and then click Packages. I see. Here is where you give a package name. So, right, the folder name doesn't, I see what you're saying. Is this what you were saying, Quentin? Right, so a project can have, a project doesn't need a unique name?
It's per user.
There's
it's
a,
only
Oh, right,
shown on
right,
DocAssemble.
per
It
user.
never goes outside of DocAssemble.
yeah.
Per user, that's fair. Projects can have one name though. Okay, yep. Motion to make motion, block it. So this one is the one that needs to be unique, that's fair. And I can show you all more about that later. And I'm going to hit save. And now I am going to go to a whole different section, which I had planned on, but I didn't actually do what I planned, so that's all right. Okay. So now what we're going to do is set up our GitHub integration. Our project is ready. You don't have to do this from the project. You can do it from wherever you want in here, but you hit Profile in that drop-down menu. So this drop-down menu on the top right, hit Profile. Maeve, can you type something in that asks when people are ready to do that?
Should I have said something specific?
So yeah, just say done. I mean, when they've gotten to their profile page. And when you've gotten to your profile page, type done.
I'm thinking, here. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so then when you've gotten there, hit Other Settings and hit GitHub Integration right here. And this is the page you should be on. God damn menu thing. So then you hit Configure, and you'll see this page, which is GitHub's page. So whenever you hook up an app to your GitHub, you hit GitHub's page.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
Mine is different on the GitHub integration page, the page before.
Mm-hmm.
I have access shared repositories, access organizational repositories.
That sounds like you
and
already.
then a disabled button. Okay,
Right,
so I'm already.
So you've already integrated GitHub.
Okay.
And we'll see that page after we do this. And you say authorize Suffolk Lit Lab because Suffolk Lit
Michelle?
Lab. Yes.
My page actually says to sign into GitHub to continue to apps.suffolk, and I have to sign into GitHub again.
You do have to be signed into GitHub, I believe, though. Yeah, you do have to be signed into GitHub.
Okay.
Okay. So when you're signed into GitHub and you can see this page, Maeve, could you type something? And yeah, I wish I could get Zoom to access this, sorry. And then when you're ready, everybody type done into the chat. All right. Okay.
Thanks, Lance. Yeah, we're good.
Perfect. Okay, so now hit authorize Suffolk Lit Lab. And you'll have to enter your password once again. And what is mine? I wrote it down somewhere for this new account.
I think if you click there, it should.
It should automatically, well, I'm in an incognito window.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it doesn't tend to remember these things when you're in incognito mode. Okay, there we go. Or maybe this was. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if incognito, surely it remembers who I am. Should I have caps on? Well, let's try this. Nope. Oh, shoot. All right, well, what'll I do?
Can you not remember your password?
Well, I used up all my tries. GitHub is good about this stuff. And
So this is a lesson and don't forget your password, right?
yeah, I think it's because incognito mode was not actually. Okay, so I'm going to continue on my GitHub account. So I'm going to switch the screens that I'm sharing. New share. And I'm going to go to, I may not see the same exact thing, but nope. Profile. So this is what you should be seeing now. It should have said restart. That was the right thing to see. I've got all my things mixed up, but it should say restart, and then it should show you this. When it does, maybe could you type a sentence in, and then have it show that. Say done when it shows this page. A lot of people. It's a hurry up and wait kind of thing.
Yep, we're good.
All right, so now we're going to go back to our playground right in here. You won't have as many of these as I do, but that is okay.
I'm sorry, Michelle, you said to save changes or back to profile?
Not even back to profile, just this top menu up here.
Oh, okay.
Just hit to go to the playground. And now I don't have the project. So give me 1 second to make now. Don't be alarmed. I'm a bit of a digital hoarder, but this gives me an opportunity to show motion for motion. And I'm going to call this one master because this is my own. I can do what I want with it. And this is going to tell me some information that I will find useful later. So motion for motion, master. Never look at my desktop. Never look at my full desktop. You will be blinded.
Not so bad.
Maybe it's gotten worse. So now you're here in the playground with motion for motion or whatever it is we called it. And you go back to the packages page, and I'm going to do motion for motion, lock it, so that it's unique. I'm going to go down, I'm going to save that. And now I should have GitHub here. I should see save, install GitHub, download, delete. Maeve, could you type in a sentence? And when
okay, I'm sorry, I did not.
Yeah. Sure.
I did not. So, okay, so I went to.
You went to your playground.
I'm in my playground, and I'm in it says playground / motion to make a motion pocket. And
so yours is supposed to be right. It's not. It's all right. So now you hit folders and packages.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Yes, I
And
did
now,
that.
And now you need a unique name. It can't say motion for motion Pocket. It needs to say motion for motion and your username.
Okay.
Does it have to be your username, or can it be like just anything that makes it unique?
Anything that makes it unique, as long as you coordinate with others to make sure it's unique, I suppose.
What if I already put my username in beforehand? I didn't say clock it. I put in my username beforehand.
That's perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. As long as it currently doesn't say clock it, you're good. And
And then
you gotta hit
I do see
save here.
GitHub at the bottom. Okay, but then now I hit save.
So everyone who has a unique name now, once you have a unique name, hit save, just to make sure.
And then do done.
And then when Maeve types something in,
I have typed something in, so we've got 5 already.
Perfect.
Oh, Nick, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
7.
Thank you.
8,
Thank you.
9, 10. So far we got 11.
Perfect.
So
And
maybe we can see
if we've got
anyone else
any
is stuck.
blockages, can someone raise their hand to say where they're at and what blockage they're experiencing? They might have said done before you typed in your sentence. That's another thing.
I typed in my sentence like ages ago. At 17:30.
Okay.
And
Did
Maddie was right
anybody
there.
did anybody type in done before Maeve typed in her sentence? If so, do some kind of thumbs up or raising of
Okay, we're
hand.
getting more. Yeah, we're at
Okay, we're at capacity. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So now hit, surprise, surprise, GitHub. And you've got this displayed. And this is what this is displayed the first time you are sending something to GitHub. What you're doing is called pushing, and you're pushing a commit. With every commit comes a commit message. And it is useful to have a useful commit message, because this is how you look back on your history so that you can tell what it is you've done and go back to various points that are important. If you just say commit 1, you will not remember what you did in commit 1. So this is usually something pretty standard. You say initial commit. And that's pretty standard as an initial commit. I might say something like for motion. And then we hit commit, and never activate that. Just hit commit. And then you should see you should see the page waiting. It should say restart. So I hope this is doing what it purports to be doing, but it's at least thinking, which is a good sign. So if you think of commit message as I have committed to this course of action, that might help. A lot of the names that this process uses aren't clear, aren't transparent. They're a bit opaque and hard to grab onto. So I like to think of sentences that go with them. And we didn't do this, which is what I meant to do. Because when I write a list, I don't actually look at the list that I write, which is not useful. Don't do that. Don't click on stuff for now. So if you go to GitHub now, and you go to the top right, and you click on your username, and you say your repositories, you should be able to see docassemble dash, and then the name of the repository that you created. Maeve, type in a sentence and tell me when everybody has done that.
I like the teaching assistant, or like the good person in class that they call on.
Yeah.
That gets called on.
So I think
Teacher's
the
pet.
package name is the same as the
Thanks a lot.
repository, right? Except it just has docassemble in front of it.
Exactly.
I did the one with the unique name, the one that the later one. Is that what because yours is the first one that we did.
So that is mine. Yours should be different than mine. It should be different.
Mine should be the unique one with my username. Okay.
It should be the one that you pushed. This is the one that I pushed, so it has my unique name. Yours is one that you pushed onto the website, basically uploaded. You uploaded this onto GitHub, and that should be yours. You're not going to be able to see mine, and I'm not going to be able to see yours, at least not yet.
Right. What I guess what I'm asking is, what is the relationship between the first thing that I did, like the first, what did I do? I made a package,
Project.
There was
right?
a
Here's
I made
project.
a,
project and a package.
okay, so I made a project, and this is a package within the project. And
Yes,
then this project is what I'm pushing into my repository on GitHub, correct?
correct.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I have the
The
relationships correct on what's going on here. Okay.
That's great.
Wouldn't you even say that the package is your repository is your package essentially? It's not even that you're pushing it into the repository. The repository is all the code for that package. Or everything.
You are pushing it into the repository. What pushing does is it uploads onto GitHub. Without pushing, these are all the same files. So let's think about this like the cloud, as if this were your Google Drive, right? Or this were Dropbox. You have a bunch of files, and then you drag them into Dropbox, and then they're in the cloud in Dropbox, and GitHub is your Dropbox, except it doesn't auto-update. That you have to do yourself. Does that make a bit more sense? If not, that's okay. Okay.
It's like you create the folder, which is the repository, and then you put the project inside that folder, right?
Yep. And DocAssemble is what created that folder. So if you click on that project, you're going to see a page like this, but with your information. And you're going to see everything that says like 4 minutes ago, approximately, 4, 3, 2. And just to show you kind of what this can do is you can go to this up here, the first one on the left that says 2 commits. And I have, because of the way DocAssemble does this, I have 2 commits here. And I can click on one of these and I can see what's new. So I can see all the new files I made and all the new documents that were created by DocAssemble, because we didn't make anything yet, but DocAssemble made some stuff for us. And I can click up here, I can click code again, and I can see all the files that were in my folder. I can see my README down here. So now you want to go, let's see. So first of all, yay, everybody. Everybody has a repository. Everybody has pushed a project to GitHub. And now it is, just so you know, live for the world to see. I don't know who would be looking for it, but it is live for the world to see. So next what you want to do is on my list, which is you want to transfer the ownership of this repository to Suffolk Lit Lab. Has everybody accepted, Maeve, can you type something in that, Zoom, come on, cooperate with me. Can you type a sentence in that says, you've accepted something, you have something, thanks, Finola. You have, what are the words? You've accepted the invitation to Suffolk Lit Lab team. So tell me when. And that's happened. And if you have not, do so, and then click done. Because this is the crucial next step. And did I accept my, I did, but I'm a different permission level, but that's okay. This will still work.
Ishana is looking for the invitation. I think that's going to be in the Slack. I think that's where Quentin posted it, in the code channel.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know though. I don't know. Let me just check.
I don't think he posted a link to that. If you could
No,
post a link to that, it's the same link for everybody. It's a lab /project
You should have gotten an email.
/invitations. You should have gotten an email, and you can also check in notifications. So if you go up here where the bell is, it's got a little blue, never mind. Let's not go to my notifications. I have a lot of notifications. But that's where it is. There should be an invitation there telling you that you you have an invitation. Is that, can you access it through there? And I'm running out of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yep, when you have accepted the invitation, type done in the chat. Otherwise, I'd make you all raise your hands and then keep them raised so I could keep track.
And he's done twice. I mean,
I don't know.
That's really done.
okay. Amvita is not sure if she accepted it.
Okay. So
I don't know how
we'll
we
do the
check
next
that.
step and we'll see. I think you should be able to see that on your repository, but I've never checked how. So we'll see in the next step. If the next step doesn't work, if you don't see what you should see, then you'll know that it hasn't worked. So now that you're here, you're at your repository, at this specific repository in your GitHub account. So in the folder, basically the online cloud folder that contains your code, you want to go to settings here, which is on the very right of all these items. So you should see up here the repository name with that unique name that we created of the package, unique package name. And everybody scroll down. And this is the danger zone. And that's where you should be. We are now in the danger zone, just so you know, serious business. And click transfer. And this is where you want to type in Suffolk Lit Labs. That's not the folder I want. GitHub.com/Suffolk Lit Lab. Okay. So I believe this is the organization name you want to type in. And I will post that in the Slack chat. Doc assemble user, that one was available? Holy moly.
I know, how cool.
I didn't even think of that. So Maeve, type in a sentence when people are done typing that in. Oh, and also copy and paste the name of your repository.
So you need to in the Zoom chat.
Nope, you need to copy and paste it. Look in the Slack, in the Zoom.
Yeah.
So you need to copy and paste that and put it in this text field.
Oh, right. I see that, sorry.
So when you've done that, the bottom button should become active and you should be ready to transfer your repository. So just watch the dones. So when you're done, hit done, type done, I mean, and let us know. And when everybody has caught up to that.
We're waiting for a little bit more.
All right, a little bit more. All right, let us know if you're experiencing any blockers. Was it Anvita, who, if you don't see this Anvita, then you have not yet joined the well, actually, that wouldn't tell you yet. So
No, Anvita's done it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait till the next step. Cannot find new owner. That's interesting. Have I not accepted my invitation? I totally did.
That's what mine says, the same thing, but I did accept.
So maybe it didn't want a slash. So I'm gonna
I typed it wrong anyway.
Okay, a couple of people have that screen.
Few people have that screen.
Yeah.
Lab. Maybe let me try it without the slash and see if it's particular about that. Cannot find new owner. It might need the team name. What's our team name? Anybody know?
Like a legit
We
one.
belong to
I was gonna
the
make up
Suffolk
one.
Lit Lab team. No. The actual team that we're on.
Firm.
The actual team that we're on. We're on team. We're on which team here? We're on doc assembly line team. So let's try this. Let me try that real fast. This, I swear to you, worked earlier today, but that's okay. Couldn't find new owner. Has it been locked in some way? It shouldn't be locked to me because I'm an admin. Let me just check something real fast. Should be real fast. David, are you on right now? I'm gonna have a look at the team.
Heard my name. What was that?
So we're getting an interesting little quirk right now where
there's an organization as well as a team. Doesn't an organization have teams, and so you have to be part of the organization to be on the team?
we
No,
should
I
be
think
part of it.
you can create team members from inside or outside the organization.
Yeah.
What's the question?
So we can't seem to transfer things.
What do you need to transfer?
Suffolk Lit Lab repositories.
You should be able to change ownership. I think it's down in the danger zone.
Yeah, that's what we are doing. We are in the
And what was the error you got?
So the error we got was cannot find new owner. I mean, I've tried it with a few different. We can try orgs. We can try Suffolk Lit
Let me see
Lab.
what
We
so
can
you're
just
trying to transfer the. Just a second. So when I look at it, it never has orgs in front of it. It's just.
Yeah, but I just tried it with github.com.
You just did.
You know what? Maybe just the name. Maybe it's just the frickin' name. I bet
that might be the way I do it. Yeah, X now owners user.
All right, everybody.
There you
Suffolk
go.
Lit Lab. That's the way I did it earlier today, but I have no memory. All right, so just do Suffolk Lit Lab spelled in the way that we spelled it with the same capitalization and everything. So just copy that. The link that I gave, just copy the last, between the slashes. Suffolk Lit Lab.
I get an
Maybe if you
error.
can type a sentence.
Yeah, I still got an error. So
Yeah.
hold on.
Let me see if folks have been accepted.
You don't have the permission to create public repositories on Suffolk Lit Lab.
So maybe it's a
permissions. And this is the thing I wanted to be able to do on the other account. But let me see. Let me manage the members. Don't know where we manage
And
members.
Okay, I got mine now.
Just a reminder, we got a hard stop at 2.
Okay, so members 19, and I would have to change everybody's role.
I believe you can change roles by selecting all. That's helpful. I know I'm just jumping in here at the end. I haven't been paying attention.
I don't think I can actually select. I don't think I have permission to select everybody. So could you set permissions?
Yeah, are we looking at the doc assembly line?
Yep.
19 members.
So I'm getting quite a lot of feedback that people are actually, they're able to do it.
Okay. So let's see where.
What Okay.
So
Do we not need to
Lance,
change
I
people's
don't
roles?
see your username. Did you accept the invitation?
I thought I had. I hadn't seen it, but I thought it was a long time ago because I was already
No.
okay.
This
There's
is
one
the
pending
thing.
member, and it is Lance.
Okay, well,
All right.
that's no surprise there.
It's like Trello all over again.
Yeah, right. Let's see. My email's not working very well, so hold on. Let me see if I can figure out a way to.
It also turns out that Ohio has worse internet than South Africa.
My internet's really bad. Here, let me.
So that's an interesting.
I know a different place. Yeah, although
All
you
right.
wouldn't think so. But go ahead, and I'll catch up.
All right, well, basically we've done the initial goal for this lesson. You now have a repository on Suffolk Lit Lab. You can go to, I think it won't be in your repositories anymore, maybe it is your repositories, and it should now belong to Suffolk Lit Lab. I'm not sure why it doesn't say Suffolk Lit Lab. That's disturbing. Suffolk Lit Lab. Just gonna do this one more time. Maybe I have to give it permission. Transfer, there, you have to do transfer at the very bottom.
And you have to check the right box, right?
Right, you have to check the right box. I'm not paying attention here. Doc assembly line and hit transfer, and that will transfer it. And now I believe if you go to your repositories, it should not be there anymore. But you will be able to still edit it, which is key. But do go, how do we get there now? Suffolk Lit Lab, Suffolk Lit.
Can you not just click on it on the left?
I didn't see it on the left, but clock it. I love it. I love it. Look at all these. It's beautiful, beautiful. And this one is mine, and I should be able to edit it. I believe I should also be able to add, nope, I can't add members to it, which is a shame because that would also be good, but maybe anyone from the team can edit it. So that is the first step. Now you can go in here and edit, and then you need to be able to commit, which we haven't gone over yet. You need to be able to save your progress as you go, but that might need to be a different time. David, do you think?
Yeah, we're getting.
Okay, well, watch me this time, and I'm just going to watch me, right? Like I'll demo something. I'm going to add a file, motion for motion .yaml. I'm going to add a comment, which usually I'd add a question, but right now I'll add a comment that goes first real fake commit. So I'm going to save this. Then I'm going to go to, and you can watch the video later, folders, packages. I'm going to go down to this list of interview files, and I'm going to select motion for motion. And for fun, I'll hold down Command or Shift, and I'll hit test.yaml as well. I'll hit save, which saves, and this is what includes these files in your folder. So until now, these are just things you could have in your folder, could have in your package, but you don't have them yet, but now you have these items in your package. And I'm gonna do another commit because I like to save early and often, and I'm gonna say add local files, and I'm gonna commit that. And that's not what I meant to do, but that's okay. That's actually not what I meant to do. But that is how you commit to master. Generally speaking, you would commit to a new branch. And you would commit to a new branch by saying, going here and feature. Interview end. And you would say, you know, add first question, because that's what I would do when I added the first question. This is very clear at this point. I understand we have 3 minutes, and I would hit commit. So the thing about Git and GitHub is they don't help unless you use them. We'll go over this committing again so that we can have this exercise. Generally speaking, when you're collaborating with other people, you want to be on a new branch. You don't want to do it on master. You don't want to make your edits on master, and master stays clean, it stays working, and when you have something working, you bring it back into master, which I can show you how to do later. But so commit early and often, you can't do that because I haven't shown you how, but otherwise there's no point in using the system. It can't help you. All right, so thank you, everybody. Is
Thank you,
everybody
Michelle.
still alive? Probably, I hope.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
we-
And
Thank you, Michelle.
um,